Hi, I'm Anshul. Today we are going to be talking about something called TAM, a term people in the startup world throw around a lot. TAM stands for Total Addressable Market. TAM is the total potential market size for the product or service you have built. It tells you how many people would be interested in buying your product and how much will they pay for it. If you are an early stage startup, you may wonder, why calculate TAM now? It's still early. You might still be trying to find the first few customers. The TAM can emerge over time, right? But TAM is a key metric to calculate, particularly if you are an early stage company, because it essentially tells you and everyone else the potential of your startup, both the scale and the revenue potential. Think about it. Startups are risky investments. Most of them fail. Only a handful of them succeed. VCs are in the business of backing companies which can grow into massive enterprises. They are not aiming for startups that will only be moderately successful. They want their breakout investments to have multi-billion-dollar outcomes so that they can compensate for a number of other investments that invariably don't work out. So it's logical for them to go after solutions that have significant demand and that people or companies will actually pay for. Think of business segments that are large consumer spends, and you will find sectors VCs are most interested in. E-commerce, cabs, food delivery, enterprise data software. They are just some of them. So how do you calculate the TAM? The simplest way to calculate is to multiply total number of customers in your market by your price. Let's say you are an edtech company selling a 5,000 rupee program for 10 lakh UPSC aspirants each year. So your annual revenue potential is 10 lakh users multiplied by 5,000 rupees. That's like 500 crore of TAM. Simple, right? But wait, you will add an online test series as well, and that will add another 2,000 rupees in your price point. In time, you will add another personal guidance service, and that will add 15,000 rupees more. And that's not all. Why only UPSC? You will also start offering the same solution to bank PO aspirants and people attempting state-level exams. Those are huge adjacent markets, which are similar or even larger in relative size. But then, not everybody can afford a 5,000 rupee ticket price. So maybe we should shave off 30% of the total addressable market. In short, arriving at the TAM for your solution requires a number of assumptions, and not everyone will agree on all of them. Now, if you're building in India, you have to approach TAM very carefully. Startup founders and VCs have realized a challenge when it comes to calculating TAM for a number of sectors in India, particularly if you compare it with the US or Chinese market. Let's understand this. India is still a developing economy with low per capita income. Let's put that into context. The US has a GDP of approximately $26 trillion, a per capita income of more than $70,000. China has a slightly smaller GDP of $18 trillion, but still have a per capita income of close to $13,000. That leaves a lot of disposable income. Compare this with India. We have a GDP of approximately $3.5 trillion and a per capita GDP of just $2,400. This is 1/5 of China's per capita GDP. It is definitely growing, but it will take a long time to reach anywhere close to the numbers in the developed world. This means two things. One, we are operating in a comparatively smaller market. And second, even in sectors or industries that are large enough, the consumer continues to remain price sensitive. People at a mass level do not have the disposable income to spend beyond basic consumption. To a certain level, that's true for businesses as well. But this does not mean that we do not have a market to play in. We do. For that matter, some of the sectors are rather large, like food delivery, payments, lending, education, and e-commerce. However, investors and VCs have realized the hard way that they have to be cautious when calculating TAM in India. You can't be too liberal with your assumptions. It is not as obvious as in some of the other markets. So are you serving a market that can pay? Or is the volume of your consumer base able to compensate for the low per user revenue and low margins? These are some of the questions startups and investors have to grapple with every day. The other way out is think global. The original tech startups of India, like Infosys, made a fortune by going after the global markets. Many SaaS and other enterprise solution companies are today following in their footsteps. In conclusion, if you seek to build a large business and one which will be of interest to VCs, you need to demonstrate a large TAM.